This shop pushes millions of dollars of product every year, and the machines doing most of the work are the ones you probably wouldn't even notice. These are 3 machines that might as well be printing money.
I've had a few of these in my old shop and they ran nonstop for years, and it's just this tool that you kind of can't work without. We can tap holes in a matter of seconds. Hundreds and hundreds or thousands of holes that we tap, it just makes up for itself so quickly. So the cool things that we've done is we obviously just made this table, but when we want to come up with a drill or a tap that we need, let's say we got this like M6 tap and we've color coded the drawers. So right next to this is red. I pull up the red. Down here, we have a tray with all of our collets. Well, then we know what collet do we grab. It's gonna be the red one, so that we're not doing that like, you know. So it's just those simple improvements that we make constantly to remove the smallest amount of friction every day. And then this thing just goes in. It's got a magnet on the bottom so you can make sure it's square to your workpiece, but you just drop that off, pop this in there, and then you're forward and reverse. So you can tap holes that fast. And then we just continue to make little improvements to the table, like always having the oil for the air, the lubricator on the back. It lubricates itself right here automatically. So it's got a tank built into it. We've made this tray so that when you're tapping holes, the chips fall into the tray, not onto the floor. We've made it portable, all those things so that when you need to tap a hole, within 1 minute, you've got that hole tapped. And this thing has just printed money for us over the years. Probably one of my favorite machines in manufacturing is the press brake. It's the simplest machine in the world. All it does is go up and down, but you can make just about anything with it out of sheet metal or plate. So as simple as it is, in theory, it gets really complex to operate. Got to have a really good operator, a really good programmer, but it enabled us to make parts for everything from kind of any industry you can think of, from, you know, obviously aerospace and robotics and semiconductor, automotive, you know, every industry is going to have form sheet or form plate parts. We put a lot into how do you make this simple machine get a big return on the business, and that's, you know, all these little efficiency gains that we've done, from color coding the tools to having the, you know, shadow boards there, having the resources available to the operator, having the workstation efficient so that when you walk up to it, just like all other machines, you have exactly what you need, where you need it to make good parts right off the bat. The laser is probably like the workhorse of most of what we do. It's one of my favorite machines because it's cutting metal with a beam of light. When it's working well, it's literally the most boring machine in the shop. You just tell it what you need cut, it's gonna do it. A lot of the operations are automatic, so it's doing its whole thing right now. The operator could be nowhere to be found. It could run lights out for quite a while on its own. But we've developed quite a process for how do we get it to this point really efficiently, down to how do we save those files, the level of granularity that we get into for, this is I think one of 6 steps for how do we go to it from a DXF to cutting parts on the laser, so that we want it so almost anybody can walk up to it and be effective day one. All right, so there it is. There's my 3 favorite machines that have made us the most money, made our lives the easiest around here. We got the laser, the tapping arm, and the press brake. So if you guys got any other questions about what we use or how we get it done, leave us a comment, send us a question, let us know what you think, and subscribe and hit that like button.
This is American Precision Engineering. We make the stuff that makes the stuff.